Hey Leo, let's see what's going on in your love life. This is a tarot love reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus, and for any of you lovely cross watchers dealing with a Leo romantically. Now, please keep in mind, Leo, it is a general reading. It may or may not resonate, and you are always welcome here to take what works and leave the rest. If you would like to get a personal reading, I do offer those through Etsy, and the link is in the description box below the video. So we're going to jump right into it today, Leo, and we're going to see what could be coming toward my lovely lions in love. First message coming out for Leo today, we have got the Hanged Man. So this is definitely some interesting energy to start with today. The Hanged Man is definitely a slow moving energy. It could indicate that your love life feels like it's at a little bit of a standstill right now. Maybe you're involved with somebody and things have not really been moving forward. Maybe you're feeling stuck. Maybe you're not really sure where you stand. Maybe you're not really sure what's going to happen next. It definitely feels like somebody here could also be feeling uncertain. So you could be with somebody and you're kind of noticing like they're just not really progressing the relationship. They're not committing. They're not actively, I don't know. I was going to say like actively participating in the relationship. They're not actively doing things to move things forward. And so there is definitely that strong sense of something feeling stuck. Now, the one thing that I will say, Leo, is that with that Hanged Man energy, it could also indicate that if you are feeling stuck in some sort of romantic situation in your love life right now, there might be the need for you to look at that situation from a different perspective. So if you're really stuck and you're not sure what to do, you could try shifting your perspective, and that might give you some insight about how to move forward. But let's see where it goes. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Leo right now. And then we've got the Empress. Okay. I'm going to tell you what's coming to mind. Now, the Empress is a really lovely card. It is about abundance, nurturing a connection, loving each other, maybe even building a family together because the Empress is pregnant. What came to mind immediately when I pulled that card, Leo, is that if you're connecting with the energy today, you might be involved in a situation where there are different expectations about how the two of you move forward. Maybe the two of you want different things. I feel like there's going to be something coming up right now where maybe the two of you are realizing that you're not 100% on the same page when it comes to some sort of important aspect of your relationship and some sort of important aspect about the future of your relationship. So I'll give you an example based on what we've got here, okay? As I said a moment ago, the Empress is pregnant. So maybe you're with somebody, you guys love each other, you start having conversations about the future. And then one of you says, oh, I definitely want kids. And the other one says, I don't want them, right? It's not a right or a wrong. It's a difference of opinion. Now, to me, that's a bit of a deal breaker kind of situation because you don't have like half a kid. You know what I mean? Like there are certain things that come up in a relationship where I think we can compromise. And then there are other things where I think we might not be able to. And I feel like this could be an indication that maybe you and this person are slowing things down because you're trying to figure out, do we want the same future? Do we want the same things? Are we on the same page in terms of what we want to build together? Or is there some sort of deal breaker issue here that we need to seriously look at? Let's get one more card about what could be coming toward Leo right now, please. And then the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, I think this is good, you guys. I'm going to tell you why. Seven of Pentacles is definitely a slow moving energy. So we're seeing a lot of that slower energy today with the Hanged Man and with the Seven of Pentacles. And I feel like what this is saying is that if you need to make some sort of decision about your relationship, if you and your person are trying to figure out, do we want the same things in the future? Are we on the same page? I think that the tarot is saying, don't make a quick or rash decision. Take your time to really talk about what is going on here. Understand each other's perspectives. Put yourself in each other's shoes, okay? And then also look at the situation from different angles and different perspectives. So, you know, this really just depends what you're going through. Because like I said, I think some things are like flat out deal breakers, but then I think there's other situations that we can compromise on. So I think right now what you and your person need to do is you need to slow things down and have some important conversations about what it is that each of you want moving forward. Through those conversations, it can give you clarity to understand where each of you stand. But I think you're going to have I feel like at least a couple of conversations here, because this is a very slow moving energy. So I feel like this is going to be an ongoing conversation that the two of you are going to need to have right now, where you're trying to understand where each of you are coming from and then ultimately understand the implications for your relationship. Now, the other thing as well with the Seven of Pentacles is that it's a slow moving energy, but it's a very intentional energy, Leo. So it tells me that both you and this person are probably being quite intentional about how you want to move forward. And so there's a thoughtfulness here. And initially with the Hanged Man, I was like, is somebody slowing things down? Like, what's going on? I actually think if you or your person are slowing things down or are not ready to take the next step, it's specifically because of this issue. It doesn't seem like it's about not wanting to be together or not wanting to commit. To me, it feels more about making sure that there is an alignment here with what both of you ultimately want moving forward. And that's what I think you guys are trying to figure out right now. So here's what we're going to do for the rest of the reading. We're going to look at this person, their overall energy, what they could be feeling, what actions they could be taking. I'm going to look at the same thing for you, Leo, and then we're going to look at the potential outcome. So let's take a look. We've literally got 3 cards jumping out for your person, and we're going to take them. Okay. I was going to pull 3 cards for your person's overall energy, and the tarot's like, here you go. Take them. Here's what we got. So Queen of Swords, air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, okay? Could be dealing with an air sign. Queen of Swords is great energy, Leo. It's somebody who's a really strong communicator. So this is positive to me because it does tell me that if there are things that the two of you need to talk about, which we've already looked at, I do think your person is going to be initiating these conversations. I don't think that they're hiding from these conversations. I don't think they're trying to, what did they say? Sweep it under the rug, right? I think they're trying to address it through communication. Now, the thing is, with the Queen of Swords, she's very direct, right? And don't worry about the gender. This is just the energy. She's very direct. So, sometimes with the Queen of Swords, we have an honest conversation. It doesn't necessarily mean it's an easy conversation, but it is a truthful conversation where the two of you can get to the bottom of what's happening. Now, following the Queen of Swords is a Strength card, which is Leo energy. So maybe you're dealing with a Leo. To me, this is just indicating that your person has very strong feelings for you. So like I was saying, as we pulled more of the overall energy, I was like, I actually don't think this is an issue of the two of you not loving each other. I think this is specifically an issue where the two of you see a future together, but now you need to figure out, are you on the same page? Do you want the same things? Now, we've also got the Knight of Wands in your person's overall energy, more fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. To me, Leo, this is just saying that this person is passionate about you, connected to you. So yeah, I do not think the issue here is a lack of love. If your person has been slowing things down and you've been wondering why, it doesn't seem like it has anything to do with the strength of their feelings for you, Leo. It seems very much like it's correlated with just making sure that the two of you have alignment with the future that you want to build together. Because my sense, like I said, is that there might either be like a mismatched expectation or some sort of issue where the two of you are not quite on the same page, but you need to figure out, can we get on the same page or is it a deal breaker? So the issue is not your person's feelings for you as far as I can see here. So let's look more at this person's feelings right now, please. Let's dig into that, Leo. The Knight of Pentacles, yeah. I also think, I'm going to throw something out there. You could be dealing with an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I feel like you are dealing with someone who is very thoughtful in their decision making. So that's also part of what I think could be going on here, Leo. The Knight of Pentacles, like I personally love the Knight of Pentacles in a love rating because it shows somebody who's very thoughtful and very intentional. But it can be a little bit of a frustrating energy because this person tends to move slowly and they tend to take their time. And usually they're doing that because they want to build a solid relationship, right? So they're well-intentioned, but the pace at which this person moves can definitely feel frustrating. And so I think your person is somebody who probably doesn't make quick decisions in any area of their life. I think that this is somebody who probably is very thoughtful in their decision making, and especially if you're dealing with a situation where the two of you are not quite aligning on something, your person is probably really going to take their time to assess that situation. Tell me more about what this person could be feeling right now, please. The Star, Aquarian energy. This is a card of hope and optimism. To me, Leo, this reads that they are feeling hopeful and optimistic that there will be a way forward for the two of you. Tell me more about what this person could be feeling, please. And then the Three of Swords. But I'm going to say this, Leo. I think you are dealing with someone who is a realist. a very practical person who is very realistic. So I'm going to try to explain this to you because it might give you a bit of insight into how they're approaching this situation. First of all, they love you. I really do think they love you and they do want a future with you, but they are also practical. I don't think that this is somebody who's going to stay in a relationship if there is some sort of major incompatibility. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like they are hopeful with the star that the two of you can find a common pathway moving forward, okay? They are hopeful that there is a way forward. But I also do not think with that Three of Swords that they will stay in this if they know there's not a path forward. So if it comes out through your conversations that there is some sort of massive deal breaker here in your relationship, I think they will walk away because they're practical, right? So they might look at it and be like, I love Leo, I want a future, but if we don't want the same things, it's probably better to break up now than in the future when we're even more in love and even more invested. So like there's the love aspect that they bring in, but I also think there's this very like practical, realistic side to their personality as well. But it doesn't mean they don't love you. Because I think sometimes when you have a partner like this, you might be like, are they kind of detached? Do they not love me? It's not what it is. It's more just them being realistic and also realizing like, if we don't have a future, then I want to get out now for both of our sakes so that we can find a better match. But it doesn't mean they don't love you. So let's see what actions they're going to be taking right now, please. The King of Swords. Okay, your person's energy is really great, you guys. We already had the Queen of Swords as the first card for your person. Now we have the King of Swords. Both cards are about super great, effective communication. So like I said, your person's going to talk to you. I'm getting really mature energy here, Leo. So your person is just coming in and being like, let's talk about it. Let's get it out in the open. And they're going to be very direct and very open with you. There's an incredible maturity here. Tell me more about what actions they could be taking right now, please. The Devil. Interesting. So the Devil tends to represent something unhealthy, something toxic. So your person is definitely taking steps to address something that's not working, okay? Now, I don't get the sense based on any of the other energy that you guys have a toxic relationship. There is nothing else to support that as far as I can see. But what I think your person is looking at is with the Devil, it can represent an incompatibility. So again, it's like your person's trying to figure out, can this relationship go where we want it to go? Or is there going to be something that's eventually going to become unhealthy? Because let me give an example, right? So let's say right now, let's say you want kids, okay? This is an example, right, Leo? Let's say you want kids. Let's say your person is like, I don't want kids. And you love them. So you're like, you know what? Maybe I would be fine not having kids. But deep down, you really want them, right? And so with the Devil, it's like that could become unhealthy if it's not addressed because it could lead to resentment. You know what I mean? So I think your person is trying to like make sure whatever decision you guys make, it's not going to put you in a position where one person is going to end up resenting the other person because of their decision in the future. Tell me about what actions this person could be taking, please. And then the Tower, yeah, okay. I don't think either of you like want to have this conversation, Leo. And the reason I'm saying that is because I think both of you know that there's a significant implication to this conversation. I think both of you know that there is the potential that if this conversation does not go the way that you had hoped, it might end up with the two of you breaking up. And so maybe this is even something where the two of you have kind of known that you needed to talk about this, but maybe neither of you have really been, talking about it yet. And now your person is coming in with that King of Swords, that Queen of Swords, and being like, you know what, Leo, we got to get it out in the open. And the Tower, I think, represents the shakeup, right? It represents that the two of you are going to have to like really get into this and figure out, what does this mean for the future of our relationship? I think your person is probably going to be the one who initiates this conversation just based on what I can see in their energy so far. And I think they're doing it again, not that they like want to, because I don't think this is going to be an easy conversation, but I do think that it's a necessary conversation. And your person's like, I don't want to dance around the issue. Like, we have to have this conversation and we have to find out what the outcome is. Okay, let's look at you. Tell me about Leo's energy right now, please. Judgment. Yeah, this is good. This is very good, you guys. The Judgment card is about our higher calling and purpose. It's about compatibility, which is kind of the theme of everything we've been talking about today, where I'm like, at the end of the day, I do not think this is a situation where there is a lack of love. I think this is a very practical situation where the two of you need to figure out, Do we want the same things moving forward? So I do think you're looking at it that way as well with the Judgment card. Tell me more, please, about Leo's energy right now. Five of Pentacles, yeah. I think this is a hard situation. I think you're scared of things not working out and feeling left out in the cold. I really don't think either of you want to lose each other. If it doesn't work out, it is not going to be due to a lack of love. That's what I can see strongly here, Leo. Tell me more about Leo's energy. Page of Pentacles, yeah. You're definitely open to having these conversations with your person, but I do think they are the one who's going to initiate it. It's like they're going to initiate it and you're going to be like, okay, let's do it. Like, I don't know if you're the one who's going to start the conversation. It feels like they might be the one to do that. Let's see what Leo could be feeling, please. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is a very like heavy, heartbreaking energy. I think in this reading, it just indicates that you're going to feel heartbroken, like devastated if things don't work out. And I'm sorry, I can't really, make that sound better, Leo. Like, this is a tough situation. If you've ever been in it, or if you've ever talked to like a friend or family member who's been in something like this, it sucks because if you go through a breakup and you're like fighting all the time and you don't get along, I mean, breakups are tough, but you might understand it, right? But in a situation like this where there's potentially a lot of love between the two of you, if it doesn't work out because of like a very practical thing, or some sort of deal breaker, I think it's harder to let go when you really have that love where you're like, we love each other, we have an amazing time, there's no issues with our relationship per se. It can be hard to like have to disconnect from something like that. So I think if it doesn't work out, I don't think it's going to be easy. Tell me more about what Leo could be feeling. Knight of Cups. Yeah, because you love them, right? I mean, Knight of Cups is super romantic water energy of feeling connected to somebody. Tell me more. How are you feeling? The Lovers. Literally everything I've been saying, right? So I sound like a bit of a broken record, but it warrants repeating here, Leo. I mean, at the end of the day, how do you feel? You love them, right? I mean, that's very clearly what we're seeing here. If it doesn't work out, it's going to hurt emotionally. It is. But again, if it doesn't work out, it's not going to be due to a lack of love. So let's see what actions you're taking right now. Let's take a look at that, Leo. Eight of Wands, good. I mean, Eight of Wands is a card of communication. So that's a big thing that I really like that I see in this energy is I see both of you communicating with each other, which I think is very important in a situation like this. What other actions could Leo be taking, please? The Four of Wands, okay. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely hoping it will work out. The Four of Wands is the 11-11 card. It's a card of commitment. So at the end of the day, you are hoping that there is a pathway forward towards commitment, marriage, whatever it is you guys want to build together. I think you're trying to take action to move it in that direction, right? I think both of you are going to do whatever you can to try to work this out. Tell me more about what actions Leo could be taking, please. And then the Two of Wands, yeah. So the way you're going to do that is you're going to talk. Two of Wands is about planning and preparation, talking about the options. Do we go this way? Do we go that way? What does it look like? And so that's really what the two of you are going to have to talk about. So from what I can see, both of you love each other. Both of you are approaching this from a place of maturity, but there is something that's going to need to be addressed because it has implications for the future of your relationship. So, moment of truth. What is the potential outcome in this situation? Let's take a look at that, Leo. Okay, what have we got? Eight of Swords. That's a tougher energy. It indicates doubt, anxiety, fears. It could be the fears that both of you have about this potentially not working out. Tell me more, please. Justice. Okay, that's good. I mean, Justice is Libra energy. Let's get one more card about what the potential outcome is here. And then the Six of Swords. I don't know, you guys. Six of Swords is a transitional energy. Like, I think, honestly, I could see this like a 50-50 split. That's what I see today. I feel like for half of you, you might figure out this is something you can work on. And for half of you, you might not be able to sort it out just because you guys can't get on the same page. I feel like this is like right down the middle in terms of does it work out or does it not work out? Because sometimes when I do these readings, it's like more heavily leans towards one option or another. I think this could go either way. And I'm going to tell you why. So first of all, we start with the Eight of Swords. This is just indicating, Leo, that this is a very stressful, heavy situation, and both of you are now having doubts about the future of your relationship. Now, the Justice card is about communication, solving conflict, and bringing things into balance, okay? So this is just further indicating that there's gonna be very strong communication between the two of you about this situation. And I think that there's gonna be a lot of respect between the two of you in these conversations. Now, the interesting thing is the card that follows, the final card that I pulled today, which is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a transitional energy. It's about moving away from a tough place to a calmer, more steady place, okay? So that's why with this, I'm like, one of two things could happen. The Six of Swords could indicate that the two of you find a way forward. So you leave behind this rocky patch within your relationship and you find a way forward. But I also think that the Six of Swords says, if through the conversations that the two of you are having, you realize that you do not want the same things moving forward, you guys are probably gonna have to move in a different direction. I will say, if you do that, I think it's going to be done from a place of maturity and love. Again, if it doesn't work out with you and this person, it feels very much like a practical thing that you just didn't want the same things. And so I think both of you will be sad, but I also see this being an ending where both of you leave having a lot of respect and admiration for each other. So this is not going to be like a breakup if it happens where there's like bad blood and it's nasty and you guys like, you know, don't like each other. This is just one of those really interesting situations that pops up in life sometimes where we meet someone amazing, but we might not want the same things. And we have to have those hard conversations to figure out, is it better to wrap it up, you know, end things now? Or can we find a compromise? Can we find a way forward? And to really get into those, you know, bigger conversations to make sure that there is that alignment. And if there's not, you know, maybe making some decisions about it. So that's what I see for you today, Leo. If you resonated with this energy, do me a solid, give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. If you would like to get a personal reading, I do offer those through Etsy and the link is in the description box below the video. Of course, I wish you so much love and so much happiness and we'll talk soon. Bye guys.